Softwhite Underbelly is about giving people a space to tell their stories, even when these stories challenge what we think we know. Ground News shows us different perspectives in the media, which is why Ground News is a perfect sponsor for my channel. In a world where algorithms censor much of the information we receive, some of the most important stories get missed from our news feeds. Ground News highlights local news from around the world, giving you an on-the-ground perspective that national coverage might miss. The app and website empowers you to form your own opinions by presenting you with every article published on any news story worldwide. My favorite part of the app is the data it gives you on each news source as you read it, such as where it leans on the political spectrum, a factuality rating indicating how subjective their printed reporting tends to be, and who funds it. I particularly like their blind spot feed, dedicated to showing you news stories that are underrepresented in the mainstream media. You can check this all out by scanning the QR code on screen or clicking the link below. It's easy to forget how much bias can shape the reality we live in. And in a world where our attention is constantly being fought over, my Vantage plan easily helps me keep up with more important stories slipping through the cracks. So I encourage you to check them out at ground.news/SWU. Subscribe through my link to save 40% off their Vantage plan. And by subscribing or even gifting it to someone you know, you're helping hold the media accountable and helping my channel directly. Thank you for watching. All right, AK, where are you from?
I'm originally from Brockton, Mass.
And you're living currently in?
Fall River.
Which is a suburb of Boston?
It's down a little ways. It's about an hour from Boston.
Okay.
It's closer to like Rhode Island, Connecticut.
Got it. And tell me, you went through something a few years ago that was traumatic, I'm sure. Tell me what happened about 5 years ago.
So about 5 years ago, I was in a relationship with my child's father. And a little bit before that, there was a situation where he had gotten incarcerated. Our house had got raided, and it probably wasn't the best of best things to happen to us. Through his incarceration, I still did everything that a normal child's mother would do under the circumstance. He got letters, he got phone calls, he got visits, full canteen. But he started to get like really irate. He started to get very like derogatory with the things that he felt as if I should do for him. So we separated. And in the amount of time of us separating, I will take responsibility for my actions. And I found someone that, I would go out with from here to there and, engage with. But as a woman that was no longer with my child's father, just did a phenomenal job at allowing him to still be a father through incarceration.
How long was he locked up?
For a little over a year. And even at the stance of him getting out of jail was me bailing him out.
You bailed him out?
Yeah. He sat there for quite some time with the broken promises of a lot of people that they would help him maintain his freedom and things of that nature. And it just didn't happen. So through the beginning time of his incarceration, he would just get super irate. And just to fast forward, we have a lot of children that are back to back to back. So to singly raise already on my fourth child, it was kind of a lot. So he would, need more things from me that I feel like were unfair. Like, it's not my problem you're playing at the poker table. It's not my fault you want to make a cake. But like his canteen, his phones, things like that were taken care of. But when it got to be, I guess like too much, we did separate ways. And that was probably something prideful on his end that he really couldn't handle. So I guess my biggest downfall or my biggest regret is like, I'm a big believer with honesty is key. All your darknesses will come to light, and you cannot choose really how they come to light. Or I guess in another sense, every action has a reaction, and you can never really control what someone's reaction would be. So when my child's father had come home, he needed to get bailed out. And off the strength of him getting bailed out, he needed to come home on an ankle bracelet. So that should have been my red flag right there, and it was not. It genuinely was not.
What was he doing time for?
So he got my house raided. It was a big narcotics raid, which gratefully, through the research and things like that.
So he was in prison or in jail for selling drugs?
Yes.
Got it.
And even through that, like, raid and the police, like, coming and doing things of that nature, by the grace of God, I was not involved in any of that because of the surveillance. They literally could see I was just a mom, like, kind of minding my business. And that level of aspect of how he chose to live his life in that way. Now, I will take responsibility because there are two sides to a story. Could I have been more upfront with him? Like, hey, this happened. And I decided to, pursue a different relationship. I did not do that. But once I was asked if this was the situation, like, hey, while I was in jail, did this happen? I was brutally honest. But I didn't think the World Star video or things of that would be the way that he kind of would carry himself. And two wrongs do not make a right. But as I was his girlfriend, there was multiple cases of cheating and I'm arguing with girls. And so I kind of always thought I did it the right way. Like, we weren't together, but I guess I understand because I was doing so much still as a child's mother.
But you let him know that there was another guy in your life?
So he knew I was talking to someone, through his beliefs of quote unquote, I'm acting different, or, like the way he would be spoken to or something like that. But it really had nothing to do with the other gentleman. It was more so, he would rattle up my energy. Like, nothing I could do was good enough for him. Through his incarceration of him, for the raid, it was more so like, you need to get me home right now. Like, he didn't really care I was raising the kids by myself, or like, it was a very hard time for us. Like, that was unfortunately the least of his concerns. Yeah, unfortunately. So I randomly get a phone call one night, and my child's father is actually best friends with one of my cousins. So I get a phone call one night and I'm asked, well, did X, Y, and Z happen? And I'm a very truth behind my darkness. So once I was blatantly asked, hey, did this happen? I was honest. Yes, it did. But we had already moved past the situation, in my defense, because we're now on our third child. So when he found out that...
So this is after he got out of jail?
Mm-hmm. Yep, after he got out of jail. So now it's months and months and months later, and we're on our third child now. So it was just like a horrible pregnancy. Like, he just was adamant that like that was not my child. You cheated on me. And they all look like he could have spit them out. Like, they do not look like my kids. So through trial and tribulation, he did come to my home, and he packed up, well, he had me pack up all of his belongings. And to my defense, like, that was it with him. Like, he had packed up all his stuff and he was leaving. And then it was about 5 or 6 o'clock. I started getting like these just atrocious FaceTimes, like just very derogatory. And I was told that I had a short amount of time to get my door open or he was going to kick my door. And he's just like a big talker, like a very macho man. So I was like, you're not kicking in my door, which he's done before. So I was like, no, you're not. The kids are here sleeping. Like, I just brushed it off. Well, the lunatic really took a Uber, came to my house, and started to kick the door to the point where the neighbor had to call the police. So I fly open the door before he breaks my door, and then all hell broke loose. Yeah, that is the beginning of the World Star video.
Hello, everybody, reporting live. Look at the cheater. Look at the bitch that fuck niggas off Zans right here. We're going live. Don't you fuck people's mans? You fuck people's right hand mans, right? Yo, don't you fuck niggas right here, mans? Shorty, didn't you cheat on me when I was in jail with my mans? Hey, yo, Shorty, we live.
Daddy.
Look, I have all these kids with her. Look at all these kids, bro. Pregnant right now. Yo, did you cheat? Come on. Look at the camera. Own it. Didn't you cheat? You fucked the next nigga, right?
Daddy.
You ain't fucked the next nigga?
Daddy.
Yo, don't let, yo, live. Yo, we on live. Yo, look at this cheater, bro. Look who cheated on me. Look who fucked my mans. Yo, look at everybody. Look, she fucked my mans. Everybody, come on, come on, share this shit. Share this shit up. Niggas be taking care of kids, all types of shit, but yeah, bitches wanna fuck your mans while you in jail, right? Why you in jail? They wanna fuck your mans while you in jail. You pay all their bills, you do everything for them, right? Yo, smile at the camera. Say hi, own this shit.
So tell me what happened that night.
So in a case of that night, because I was honest with the person that, I was engaging with, and I was, I don't know, if somebody's going to tell my truth, I'm going to tell my truth. So it was just so much easier for me to tell him, or as I thought. He leaves. He's perfectly fine with it. And then he leaves and he comes back and he actually has like a acquaintance with this person now. So me and the person are on the phone now. And
you can't mention his name because there's court.
Yeah. So me and the other person are on the phone, and he was just completely baffled. Like, well, this is not even a woman that you hold to a signification of like doing right by your children. So what are you mad about? And I guess it's a very prideful thing, which is completely understood. But the World Star video was just a side of him that was like there's domestic violence issues that go on, but like the World Star thing was like a more of a public embarrassment that like he would have never, like he just, I don't know. It was pride in the issue, and he's arguing with the boy and things of that nature. So from the World Star video, I think it ran up. So it was a Facebook video first. Let me correct myself. So it was probably like a 37-minute live of him just terrorizing me. And somewhere out of nowhere, it was on World Star. And I'm a very firm believer in the all-seeing evil eye. So it's just funny to me that on the bottom of the screen, it says the eye of Ra. And within, I don't know, hours, we were at like 40,000 views, 50,000 views. And my heart was just wretched because I was like, you can see my kids running in the back. My house is a complete disaster because I had just started like trying to open my shop, AK's Pretty Portals. So it was to make like anointed oils and crystals and things of that nature. So my house was like trashed. And it kind of took a few people to come to my house to actually get him to stop and get off the live. But it was already too late. Whoever had took the small clippage of his live already had it up on World Star, and it was so fast. I looked at it and then I was like, that is not me. And then, I don't know, maybe like a couple hours later, there was like 75,000 views. And then it's just never stopped from there, like in the last still almost 5 years.
And then tell me what happened to you that.
Okay, so after the fact of his prideful things getting in the nature, I was actually shot, and I have to call them alleged suspect. So the alleged suspect of my child's father, he shot me here with a .40 caliber, and through the struggle of me pushing him off of me, I actually missed my brain by about 2 centimeters, give or take, and the bullet traveled this way and out of this eye and lodged into his arm.
His arm, because he probably had his arm around your neck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that being said,
And you've lost your vision?
yes, completely.
Both eyes?
Yep. So I've undergone about 3 reconstructive surgeries for my face, to kind of get it back to like almost identical. So I did have the option to wait about 2 weeks and see if I would have some sort of like shadow or some sort of light and dark, like to see what was going on, or your face could be disfigured for the rest of your life. And by the grace of God, my son Malachi was still kicking and going strong, and he never once went into distress. So then I was like, well, if I'm not going to be able to see him with a possibility, well, I don't want that possibility. I would just rather have my son see me and just love me, and he'll get over the fact I can't see. Like, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. Like, it might have some absolutely trauma, but I think way less than like a disfigured mom, or, you know, a mom that he's like embarrassed to take outside or something like that.
So he was trying to kill you.
Yeah.
You don't put a bullet through somebody's head.
No. And it's based off the fact that I'm a cheater. So he cannot fathom the fact that through his incarceration, I was not his woman, I was his child's mother. And I raised his children exceptionally, just like I do every single day still, till this day.
So you're still raising?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Six kids.
6 kids.
Mm-hmm. From 17 to 4. Absolutely.
Without your vision?
Without my vision. I cook, I clean, I do laundry, I do arts and crafts, because it's like my children did not choose to be here. My children did not choose to have a father like that, and why should they be punished? There's already so many things they're punished from, like I paint, I crochet, like there's so many things I do. Like, I do a lot of work with my hands, and it's like my kids are missing out on so much stuff like that, that it's, you know, a little bit bittersweet, but hey, I'm still here. So we make it work.
Your attitude seems
Thank you.
really
Thank you.
exceptionally good.
Thank you. If I did not have my spirituality, I would not be here. Like, if I just didn't know there was a greater purpose, like a divine spirit that just, this is my testimony. So I know somewhere along the way, there's going to be someone like, holy shit, I could not have made that, but yes, you could. There's going to be someone that's like, I cannot get out of this relationship. Well, you might not be as blessed as me, honey, because it's not luck. Like, you really have to put in the effort. You have to put in the work. And it's like, sometimes like women just do not want to step out of their comfort zone. And I can say absolutely that was something for me. Like, wait a minute, this is my house. These are my kids. We share all the money in the bank account. But how dare I? Because at any given step in time, like, I can pick up, I can make a change. And, you know, God forbid, I might not have been able to make this change. So I have to be so grateful that God allowed me to still be here. I got my kids. I have my happiness. So yeah, it's great.
The alternative.
Mm-hmm. And I always say, like, this alleged suspect, he, like, my vision is gone, my sense of vision, but not my enlightenment vision. So I just know there's a greater purpose for me.
It's an extraordinary story.
Thank you.
And it's been 5 years?
5. In September, it'll be 5.
Have things gotten better or more difficult?
So in the very beginning, I will say I was a boohoo baby. Like a boohoo baby. Like when it came to like opening toys and braiding hair I just felt like I was like, wow, how do I do this to my kids? Like, but I'm their mom. And I'm like, they might just be so much happier, like, you know, with someone who can see, but my kids would like have it no other way. So yeah, in the beginning, super hard. But now it's like all right, who's cooking, who's cleaning, who's doing this, who's doing that?
Do the kids help out?
Yeah. Yep.
That's nice.
Yeah. So like my 17-year-old, he's like the man of the house. And, you know, he's got a 14-year-old brother who does football and he does his own little thing. And then the babies, it would be like Nariah, Zariah, Vision, and Malachi. My 7-year-old could cook you a full course meal. And my other 2 daughters, like, we'll go clean the bathroom. And, like, yeah, I'm Puerto Rican as well. So it's like we take turns, and, you know, there's a certain way a woman should be uplifted and, like, you know,
do you have
raised.
help from your parents or anyone like that?
So my dad lives in Florida. My mom does come and go, and I have an aunt who comes and goes. But as far as, like, government assisted, like, I don't want to, like, but so, like, even through, like, Mass Health and stuff like that, because I'm from Massachusetts. So even with, like, Mass Health, they're like, no, you're too great. So you don't need a PCA. Like, they did, like, a weird test on me to see if I could get in the shower by myself and, like, do dishes and cook. And I passed every test with the flying colors. So they're like, yeah, this not, you know, you can do this. So I will be grateful and say that through me being visually impaired, my children have daycare. They had daycare, so that's great. But everything in the house, like, yeah, that's me.
Wow. That's a hell of a story.
And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Did you get depressed at times?
So for my first 2 years, the first 2 years after I got shot, I was super depressed. Like, there was just nothing in the world I could do. Like, and like I said, like, I love to paint. I love to do, like, clay work. I do a lot of stuff with my hands. So when it came time to, like, not really be able to do stuff, absolutely depressed. And I love to read. Like, I'll read a book front to back in, like, hours. And that discouraged me a little bit. But the Commission of the Blind did step in and, like, you know, like an audio book reader. But it's quite never the same as just turning the page. Mm-hmm. So it's little stuff like, yeah, I miss. But the embrace of my children, like me knowing that I'm a fire-ass mom, I'm fine with that. Like, there are some shortcomings, like, you know, like, kids are mean. Like, hey, what happened to your mom? But my daughter, she plays none of those games. My daughter is so quick to say, like, I saved my mom, and that's it. Like, that's all you need to know. And they're just so resilient in life. They're just amazing children. They really are.
And the gentleman who did this, you've talked since this happened?
So the gentleman who did this to my child's father.
Gentleman.
So in the beginning, when I first was shot, I was very, like, adamant he was not the person. Like, I just could not believe it. Like, I was like, no, he did not. A whole bunch of his family members decided to, you know, cut him off, and they could not. He's a monster. And throughout our whole relationship, he doesn't have many family ties. So through probably, like, the first year after I got shot, yes, I did speak to him. Yes, I did let him speak to the kids. If he needed help with anything, yes, I did help him. And I guess it allowed me to heal backwards. Because through it all, I realized, like, hey, this happened to me, and I'm still such a good-natured person, and I'm still helping you. And, like, my life is fucked up for the rest of my life, and you're so glorified on having an extra pair of sneakers in jail. Like, and in a sense where accountability is not taken, that kind of rubs wrong too. I had a whole bunch of women come to me. Like, in the midst of it, I got all of this stuff done to me because I quote unquote cheated. So probably like a year and a half after I got shot, the list of women that were able to be like, hey, I'm coming to you as a woman, it was just bittersweet. I'm like, this really altered my life for the rest of my life. off of me not wanting to be with someone, but still remaining just such an impeccable woman and allowing there to still be a bond between a child and their dad. And even through incarceration, like, not too many women do that. So yeah, he was lucky.
And you don't talk to him anymore?
No. Nope. So he did have a few options to have a plea deal. And it was just like back in Massachusetts, they take it to the hoop. Like, and that's just what he continuously wanted to do, was to just press for trial. So now we're looking at almost 5 years later, and we have trial May 5th.
Which is coming up.
Yes. He has about 29 pending charges, gruesome charges. So yeah, we just got to see like what comes of that.
Were there signs of this kind of violence from him in the past?
Oh yeah. Yep. There's been like a few like DCF reports and things like that, and yeah, like he's punched my teeth out before.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's just, but I will not sit here and claim victim, because like I gave it right back as good as I got it. But like, again, he's like maybe like 6'3", 220 pounds, and I'm like this little thing. But I'm a firecracker. It's not an excuse, but yeah. Just as well as he gave it, I gave it back. But then I guess like enough got to be enough. Like, it was just too much. Like, we just had too many kids. Like, kids running through the house all the time. And I just refused to fight back, pregnant with Malachi. So that was our last son. So he kind of just did with what he wanted to. So in August, he put me in the hospital. He sodomized me with a broomstick and threw bleach in my face. I have the medical documents. The court just got them. I came home from the hospital, and 5 days later, he shot me.
Really? Mm. In front of the kids?
Yep.
And you were pregnant?
Yep.
How long was it before they caught him after this?
Oh, he was caught immediately. I got shot, and he left. I could hear him talking, and he left. By the time the ambulance had gotten there, my daughter was getting taken out of the house by the detective, and she was like, "Hey, that's my dad right there. He hurt my mom." And then that's how they knew. He had the bullet hole still in him, and they obtained him from there. Mm-hmm. But when he shot me, my daughter was sitting underneath our living room table. So her grand enactment is, "Daddy painted the ceilings pink, and your face blew up." Yeah. So that's something she's stuck with, for the rest of her life. But in the same result, she knows she saved me, and she did an tremendous thing. She's such a hero.
What do you miss most?
About what?
Having your vision.
Oh, I would just love to look at my children's face. It's right under there, and I am a phenomenal painter, and I love to do like slam poetry. So there are a lot of things like that I miss. And I dance. Like, I dance a lot. Like, I can still dance, but I get like tired. My equilibriums are off. And I don't know, like, to be in a studio to dance, like the mirrors, like, it's just captivating. So to dance by myself and I can't really see what I'm doing. Yeah.
Looking back at everything that's happened, what is your biggest regret?
That I didn't get away fast enough. I received warning after warning after warning.
So many women have a hard time getting away from their abusers.
It's just so bad. And it's like, I know still to this day, like, my brothers are so upset with me. There was like one
If he gets out, your brothers are going to take care of him.
Yeah, there was just like one really bad incident, and I knew I had to call my brother. And my brothers were adamant, like, leave all the furniture in the house. That's it. Pack a bag and let's go. And me being such a stubborn, hard-headed, like I had to feel it. I was like, no way. This is my apartment. I put all the furniture in here. He needs to leave. And he would leave, but it's a property thing. So he would just come right back.
And the time he might get is probably very significant, right?
So the 29 charges, just a few of the charges, there are sexual assault charges. We do have home invasion charges. We do have intent to murder. We do have reckless child endangerment. We have a few counts of those. The list just goes on. Like, it goes on and goes on.
Wow. But you still have great times with your kids, and your attitude seems great.
Mm-hmm.
What helps you stay?
Honestly?
Your spirituality?
Yeah, my spirituality. I meditate a lot, and I just laugh. Like, I always just find the humor in things.
Yeah, you seem to have a
Yeah.
I
just always
spirit.
I just love to cook. I guess cooking keeps me in my own little element. And my kids are so funny. Like, I'm sure every mom is like, my kids are the best. No, my kids are so funny, especially for the things that they have gone through. They just have personalities that are out of this world. Like,
Has this brought your kids together and given you, like, maybe you guys closer?
Absolutely.
That's great.
My 4 younger ones are completely inseparable, and my oldest is like the dad. Like, and there's such a big age difference that before he didn't have any time for them. Like, Mom, I'm leaving. I gotta go over here. But like now, like, those are his little children. It's beautiful.
That's nice. What are their names?
So I have Isaiah, Trayvon, Naraya, Zariah, Vision, and Malachi.
How many boys? How many girls?
3 and 3.
3 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
And what does your life hold now? What are you hoping to see happen?
So somewhere down the line, I want to start. So in Brockton, like, a lot of people know me for like AK Loves the Kids. So I'm genuinely trying to get some things together for a big backpack giveaway. Because my anniversary is on the 8th. So it's like right around when school starts in Massachusetts. So I want to do like a lot of stuff for the kids. Like, I want to donate backpacks, and I want to have like a big like field day, like a kid day. And genuinely, ultimately, I do want to start speaking for like domestic violence. Like, I want to go to colleges. I want to do a lot of stuff.
Good for you.
Thank you.
AK, what would you say is the most important lesson you've learned in all of this?
Get the fuck out. Like, it is not worth it. The material things are not worth it. The money is not worth it. The fake love is not worth it. Like, just get the fuck out. Like, if I could just give any woman a message, like, if he hit you once, he's going to hit you again. If he stole from you once, he's going to steal again. And if he has ever disrespected you in front of his friends, he will do it again.
Bad behavior just escalates.
Bad behavior does not it doesn't rekindle into power and light. It just does not. And another thing, like, if you notice that you genuinely have, and it could be for males too, if you genuinely notice that you have a jealous partner, like, you can't go outside with certain type of clothes, you can't have certain type of friends, you can't, that's whack. it's not love, it's not real, it's not genuine, it's not pure. Any type of situation when you're being controlled, that's how it starts. It just starts that small. And it can genuinely snowball into this big thing, and then you turn around and you're getting your ass beat off of not cooking dinner the correct way. I'm in such a happy place right now that it's like I am embarrassed that I ever went through a situation like that, because I knew I was better than that. But at the time, it was pure like discredit of myself. So sometimes like people will feed off of you, and they see you're low, they see you're down, they see like, damn, like I could eat off her energy right now, and they will. But it's genuinely up to you. Like, are you going to be strong enough? Are you going to stand up? Are you going to fight? Are you going to keep it moving? Because I literally could have died on the floor that day. I did not. I jumped up and got hope.
All right. Hey, Kay, so I'll check in with you after your May 5th?
Yep.
Your court date?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get a decision then, hopefully?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm so excited.
We'll see where you're at then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In the meantime, I wish you lots of luck.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for talking.
Thank
sharing
you.
your story. Thank you. When I was designing the first Soft White Underbelly book, I realized that there were so many great portraits that weren't going to make it into that book. They just wouldn't fit. And once I saw how well that first book sold, I knew I'd have to design a second book. This second book is finally ready to ship. Like the first one, this book has a collection of some of the best portraits from Soft White Underbelly, accompanied by a quote from that person's interview. This book features another group of Rebecca portraits, as well as a collection of color images of the Whitaker family, and plenty of others. You can order yours for $125 or $150 for a signed copy at softwhiteunderbelly.org. Again, like the first book, once this book is sold out, I will not be printing more of them. The portraits are what Soft White Underbelly is all about, and these two books contain the best of all that work. Thank you for watching.